Welcome back to the Ross Bolin podcast presented by Bolin Media. I am Ross Bolin here with Conquistador Kade Orris. Say hello, Kade.
Hello, Kade.
A couple quick announcements up top. House of the Dragon Season 2 premieres on Sunday, and Bolin Media provides what should be your go-to companion podcast for every episode. The podcast is called Oysters, Clams, and Cockles. It is available wherever you're getting RBP. It is hosted by me and one of my best friends of over 20 years, Barrett Dudley. And we have a great time breaking down and discussing every episode with lots of humor. So if you're watching House of the Dragon, subscribe to Oysters, Clams, and Cockles on your podcast platform of choice or YouTube. The F1 season rolls on, and with it, Formula Bone, Bolin Media's F1 show hosted by Jared J-Bone Borislow, who gives you a preview and recap for every single race all season long. Formula Bone is also available wherever you get RBP, but is best consumed on youtube.com/@FormulaBone. Jared has a ton of momentum with Formula Bone right now. He's been crushing content this season. I think he is now the biggest F1 content creator in the United States. And if you're an F1 fan, we'd love to have you as a Formula Bone subscriber at Formula Bone on all the social media platforms as well. Also, if you have video editing skills, we are looking for some more video interns. If you're interested, it is a paid internship, and we will provide you with details if you email Kade@bolinmedia.com and explain your qualifications, why you think you'd be a good video intern for us. Just make the subject of your email video internship. Your job will be to make clips for us to distribute on social media so we can continue to grow our show and entertain the masses. That's it. That's all the announcements. How'd I do?
Oh, you did great.
Thank you.
You're a professional, so.
Wow, yeah, no, I know.
You usually knock it out of the park.
Yeah. I was watching the French Open, little tennis match on Sunday because Challengers got me back into tennis.
Yeah, were you a big tennis fan before, and then you kind of like fell off over the years?
I wouldn't say I was a big tennis fan at any point, but I definitely watched all the majors back in the day, and over the past decade, I would say less and less so.
But the Challengers movie got you back into it. All it took
sexy
was
tennis.
a sexy tennis movie to get you back into the sport.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
First of all, I was disappointed that these two dudes in the final didn't meet at the net after an intense rally and hug to end the match like the movie ends.
Right.
Spoiler alert.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't share a churro either.
That's a bummer. Not
Sad.
like while they're on their break, they didn't share a churro with each other. No, it's real sad. Did they have like 15 seconds where they like weren't playing tennis?
And it was just in slow motion?
Yeah. And, like,
unfortunately, also no.
No, you didn't see those 15 seconds in the match?
No.
That's unfortunate.
No.
Yeah.
They didn't have that camera angle just like where it's like just below one guy and he's staring down into the camera just sweating profusely.
Or like one below the actual tennis court where you could like see both of them.
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately, those elements were all missing from the actual French Open, but they are in Challengers if you want to watch that movie and haven't already. Second of all, it was extremely exhausting just watching these two dudes battle it out. And I will say this, the one thing that the French Open did have that Challengers had was lots of sweating. Like these boys, they're getting after it, man. They're sweating their asses off. Tennis takes insane stamina. It's like definitely one of the most exhausting sports to play. And I'm talking about playing competitively, not like going out there and whacking the ball around with your little sister. If tennis isn't the most exhausting sport, it's definitely top 3, which got me thinking in terms of endurance, in terms of conditioning. What do you think the most difficult sport is?
Are you asking me?
I'm asking you and everyone
and everyone else
that was talking to their radio.
Yeah, I would definitely have to say like boxing and basketball and soccer are probably the most.
With tennis, or you don't consider tennis to be up there?
I never like really thought about it, but like, I mean, I guess if I had to give a top 5, I think tennis would be in that top 5 as well. I just don't know where I would put it exactly. I just think those 3 are.
Boxing is definitely up there.
Yeah, because you're going 12 rounds, like 5 minutes or 3 minutes each?
Something like that.
Still a very long time.
Yeah.
And then you get like a 30-second break or something in between. But like,
you can sit on a little stool for a minute
while a little sip of water
while they tend to your face wounds.
Yeah.
and splash some water on your mouth, and then that's it. You're back out there. No, boxing without a doubt, top 3.
Yeah.
I think tennis without a doubt, top 3. To a lesser extent, MMA fighting is up there, but
because
boxing 12 rounds.
Yeah.
MMA
3 or 5.
Or
I think
5 if it's a championship bout.
And then like those are 2 minutes, I think. But like, I mean, they're getting after it for like those full 2 minutes. That's the thing about like boxing and MMA. Like they're going the entire time. Like you can't like let up at all.
Yeah, and you can see it with like heavyweight boxing matches. With like first round they come out and both guys look pretty fit and fast.
Yeah.
And by like the 5th or 6th round, the pace has changed considerably, especially when it's the big boys, when it's the heavyweights, because they get worn the fuck out.
And then you see who's like more conditioned, who has more endurance and all of that, and that's usually who ends up winning.
Ends up playing a huge factor. And with MMA, similarly, I mean, obviously depends on the style of the fight, but the way these dudes, a lot of the time, they come out swinging, and then by like the 2nd or 3rd round, it's like it's a fucking slog. Like they're just like, there's a lot of grappling that goes on too. That shit is way more exhausting than it looks when they get down on the ground.
Dude, you can't let go of that position you have on.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, they're fighting their way out and stuff. That's why I always like, if I was going to be a boxer in MMA fight, I would just try to knock everyone out in the first round so I didn't have to worry about my endurance and everything.
No, it's like Happy Gilmore. You should just try to get a hole in one every time.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
Right. You don't have to worry about those extra rounds, getting tired and stuff. You just knock them out.
Knock him out.
Yeah,
what
it's so easy. I don't know why more don't do that.
Ah, seriously, it's a good point. Basketball is up there. It's a lot of running back and forth. And, like I've admitted to this before, I play a lot of basketball in my driveway by myself. And by play, I mean shoot the ball at the hoop and fuck around dribbling.
Yeah.
If you go play like an actual pickup game or competitive basketball, it's very humbling because you're exhausted like 30 seconds in.
No, I used to like play at like my LA Fitness for a time.
Yeah.
When I don't have basketball shoes anymore. They kind of like ripped. So
mine fucking ripped too.
So, but like, I had these since like my junior year of high school. So like How
many years is that ago? Like 7?
4, 6, like 8 years.
8?
Yeah. I also still have my high school football cleats that aren't in great shape either, but they still are together.
Are you still wearing them?
Yeah.
Like when you play flag football?
Yeah.
Those are the fucking cleats you're wearing? Okay. Psycho.
But yeah, when I would play at like my LA Fitness, I would get like 2 games in, and we're just like running 4-on-4 or 5-on-5 to like 12 or something. I'm exhausted.
Yeah,
at the end of the second game, I'm like, I can't even play. If we win, because like if you win, you stay on. If I'm winning, I'm like, fuck it, get me out. Like I can't run another game right now.
Yeah, it's funny when you see guys in the NBA like you don't really notice how exhausted everyone is until somebody gets to the free throw line, and then you see everybody hunched over, surrounding them, just trying to catch their breath, and then the dude shooting just dripping sweat, like they're all drenched in sweat. Sweating bullets out there.
And then there's dudes like, if you're guarding Steph Curry, who's just running around the entire 3-point line, you're just chasing after him, like having to go through all these screens and stuff.
That's
like
hell.
That's a nightmare. Like takes a lot of endurance and conditioning to keep up with those dudes.
Yes. Soccer, like you said, is another one definitely in the top 5 because it's like watching professional sports is extremely misleading. Soccer, probably more so than some of the others because you're like, well, I don't know. They're kind of walking around a lot.
Yeah.
Well, they're walking around a lot in between sprinting because they're trying to conserve their fucking energy because it's exhausting moving nonstop for 90 plus minutes. And of course, they've got like the little 15-minute halftime or whatever. And obviously, like if you're a goalie.
Yeah, you're kind of just chilling.
It's different.
Most of the time. Yeah. You're kind of like picking daisies and stuff.
Yeah, you don't have as much ground to cover back there, but
and like the field is like way bigger than like most like other fields in professional sports too.
Yeah.
So you got to cover a lot of ground and all that.
What's bigger, soccer or football?
I think it's soccer. Pretty sure it's soccer.
Like how many yards is a professional soccer field? 115 yards long, 75 yards wide, while football fields are 120 yards long and 53 yards wide. Yeah, okay. So soccer is slightly smaller.
But it's wider.
But wider.
And, I mean, really, it's kind of the same because like you got the end zones; those are 10 yards each.
Yeah.
And so you're not even using one of those 10 yards.
Okay, soccer it's bigger. Total surface area 1.78 acres, 5,625 yards squared.
Mm-hmm.
Football field 1.31 acres, 6,360 yards squared. Thank you, networldsports.com, for providing us with soccer field dimensions versus football field dimensions. Yeah, huge field, though, soccer. And for anybody who's played competitively, really at any level, even if you played in, like, middle school, like, you get wiped the fuck out. It is very, very tiring. One thing people do not consider how tiring and exhausting racing is, like professional race car driver, like F1.
Yeah.
Like those dudes sweat an insane amount in those cars. NASCAR too. They sweat their dicks off in there. And you're also having to stay, like it's, obviously people make fun of racing, especially NASCAR, like, oh, you're just turning left. Like how hard can it be? The amount of focus you have to maintain throughout the however many damn laps they do, I want to say it's like...
It's, for NASCAR, I want to say it's like at least 200, most of them. We're learning a lot about sports today.
312 laps, sometimes 400 laps is the longest NASCAR race. 600 miles. Good God, the Coca-Cola 600. So yeah, that's mentally and physically taxing. Yeah. At a level you probably don't realize if you're just watching on your couch.
F1, because like NASCAR, they're like in a car, and like F1, they're like they have like it's open on the top, so like you feel all that force and pressure when you're like turning.
Yeah,
and like that's
the G-force.
The G-force. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not J-Bone. He could explain it much better, but
J-Bone.
But yeah, that's like a lot of like force and pressure you're feeling like constantly, and like
back to you, Jared. Yeah,
and yeah, no, you have to be like conditioned to handle that. And like you see F1 drivers, like they do like these weird neck exercises to like mimic it, and like you're like, what the fuck are they like even exercising right now? But it's
gotta have a strong neck.
Gotta have a strong neck. Yeah,
got
exactly.
that neck.
Yeah.
Football, American football.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm being disrespectful, but I'm putting it like further down this list.
I mean, compared to the other sports, like I think it's fair.
You're getting lots of breaks.
Yes. You get your huddles and all that, then,
nobody's playing both ways, so you're either on or off.
Yep. Now, the drive can be long. You could also do, like, no hurry up, no huddle offense and stuff. That can be...
wears you down.
Yeah.
Not saying it's not exhausting. It is, but it's just a different level of, like, endurance. You got a bunch of great big fat guys up there pushing each other around, too, and also they're probably in better shape than 99.9% of the population, so I'm not saying great big fat guys in a disrespectful way.
Yeah, like
but
those dudes in the trenches, like they're getting after it every single play, and like
it's crazy.
That can be exhausting. Again, it's kind of like similar to like wrestling, MMA in a way. Yeah, they're just like going after nonstop play after play, and yeah, it gets draining for you.
Where the hell is hockey at? Because you're on skates.
Yeah,
I know. I
almost want to put it like there with basketball, but because like they're going the whole time. Yeah, I feel like, but
there's shift changes or whatever.
Yeah,
but still, yeah, it's fast paced, and very physical.
Yeah,
which adds to it obviously.
So I think it's probably around like
up there with basketball-ish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, baseball at the bottom.
Yeah,
them dudes aren't doing shit. That's
no, those dudes in the outfield. Like unless it's county, you're just chilling watching a baseball game.
Yeah, in hindsight, that's why I loved baseball so much.
Yeah, a lot of downtime.
Yeah, man. I mean, you end up sitting in the dugout for sometimes long stretches. You could be in there for a half fucking hour, just on your ass, eating sunflower seeds or dipping.
Yeah, and you're on offense, like you're just
standing around,
chilling in the dugout, watching your team hit, and then you get up there, you get one at bat, and it's like, all right, maybe you get the first, or you go around all the bases. It's just depends.
Running the bases and covering ground in the outfield are really the two times that you're
it's
doing
like quick spurts of
running.
Energy. Yeah.
And it's not happening very frequently.
No.
So baseball definitely at the bottom. Golf at the very bottom. Now, baseball maybe below golf? Golf maybe more tiring because you're walking 18.
Wait, they don't take a cart around?
No, man, they don't get
just
golf
walk?
carts out there. Yeah, you walk with your caddy.
Oh.
You never realized this?
I don't watch golf.
No, man, they do not have, the pros do not get golf carts. That's like part of it. You got to walk the whole fucking course.
But they don't have to carry the bags. They have the caddy.
That's very true. Very true. Which makes a huge, huge difference.
But yeah,
those bags are heavy as hell.
Oh yeah, but I would still put baseball above golf. Again, because
you're never running in golf.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. And that's yeah.
You're just
We're talking about
walking
endurance,
around.
being conditioned. Like you still need some conditioning for baseball.
I'm just trying to give golfers some credit, but because it's 4 hours you're out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a long, but you're never running.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can smoke cigs, which those guys do,
right?
Are they still allowed to rip heaters out there? I don't even. You don't know.
A woman's golfer do it a couple weeks ago.
She was doing it after the match, though.
Oh, okay.
After the round, when she was signing autographs, she was just smoking a cig.
Ripping heaters, love that.
Fucking ripping one down. But yeah, if you can, like, if John Daly can play your sport, you're at the bottom in terms of endurance. Like that guy, I think he drinks like something crazy, like 10 Diet Cokes and smokes like a pack of cigarettes like every round he plays. Frankly, the fact that John Daly is still alive is nothing short of a medical miracle. It's crazy. But yeah, golf probably at the bottom. And we're only talking major sports, so like don't bring bowling into this. Don't bring shit like that up.
What about disc golf? I know Jared's not here, but I know he loves it.
You're still walking, man.
Yeah.
You're walking. You're walking around, you know? Pickleball, get the fuck out.
Pickleball, I would put I guess that's more relaxing, but like I'd put it like maybe
above golf.
Well, yeah, above golf. Maybe above baseball.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Right.
I mean, nah. It's such a small little bitch court, you know? You're
fair.
covering like 5 feet, man. Like
Yeah.
you just reach one way or the other, and that's fucking it.
That's fair. All right.
It's so chill. It's like the same amount of endurance as ping pong. It is. It's pretty much the same, except you could play ping pong indoors, I guess. Man, I miss ping pong.
Yeah, do we need to get a ping pong table?
We would have done it forever ago, but the problem is there's nowhere in this fucking house to put it.
Yeah.
We're going to put it in the garage and die? It would be
it's hot as
miserable
hell
in there.
in the
Fucking nightmare. Absolutely not. And the garage still even, like, it's not a high enough ceiling. Like, you need a high ceiling. A higher
For
ceiling
ping
than you
pong?
realize. Yeah, dude, like, you hit that shit up. If you get after it, like me and J-Bone, when we used to work at our former company, we played ping pong like 10 times a day because we didn't want to work. And, dude, we would have insanely intense matches, but the ceiling in that place was like, I don't know, 30 fucking feet tall. It was a big ass building. And
So
I mean,
you're just,
we would
like,
have
watching it up
crazy
there?
rallies. Like, well, you dive in for the ball and like, you know, you got to get it over there. And I mean, these ceilings are not tall enough is the point. So we couldn't really have like high spirited ping pong matches in here.
So where does ping pong fall on this list? Is it above baseball?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one slot above baseball.
Okay.
But below football. Speaking of endurance, we may be celebrating chicken leg pride month, but if we're being honest, because of my workout regimen powered by Fitbod, my chicken legs are a bit less chickeny than they once were, and when I'm working out, there are a few essentials I absolutely must have. My headphones for music, my water bottle with my suppies mixed in there, and my Fitbod app on my phone. Today's episode is brought to you by Fitbod. Fitbod is a fitness app that creates completely personalized workouts that adapt as you improve. Whether you're a seasoned gym goer or just starting your fitness journey, the essential your workout really needs is Fitbod. It's a fitness app that customizes each workout based on your goals and adapts as you get stronger and in better shape. It's like having your own personal trainer, but better. It's cheaper. You can work out anywhere with or without equipment. It's easy to build a custom fitness plan that works for you. Also, it doesn't yell at you or sweat on you or give you awkward motivational speeches when you're just trying to get some fitness in. Been using Fitbod for over a year now. It is legitimately awesome. I've done 179 Fitbod workouts to be exact now. And before I started using Fitbod, I did the exact same workouts every time I worked out for years. And that mundane repetition wasn't really doing shit for my body. I plateaued really hard. But since I started using Fitbod, I've transformed my body. At 37 years old, I can honestly say I'm in the best shape of my life. Completely avoided dad bod so far, which is huge. Fitbod is the future. It has everything you wish those other apps had. Honestly, it's been one of the most positive additions I've ever made to my life. Maybe my favorite sponsor this show has ever had. Fitbod is an essential part of my routine. No exaggeration. Again, it adapts as I progress, and because it lets me rate each exercise within my workout after I finish it, it learns how difficult or easy it was for me and adjusts accordingly. I've set a goal of 4 workouts per week within my personal Fitbod app. It helps me hold myself accountable to my fitness journey. And if you're thinking, Ross, I would work out, I would use Fitbod, but I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I never played competitive sports. Nobody ever taught me. I've never had a personal trainer. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about that. With each lift or movement, Fitbod gives you multiple videos for you to watch from different angles to see exactly what you're supposed to be doing. It also provides a text description of each movement that you can read so you are never lost. Add Fitbod to your workout essentials. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan. Get 25% off your subscription or try the app for free at fitbod.me/Ross. That's fitbod.me/ROSS, fitbod.me/Ross. Try the app for free. Get 25% off if you decide to subscribe. So the President of the United States' son, Hunter Biden, who I think we've avoided ever talking about on this show.
Well, no, you've never brought him up since I've been on.
I don't think we've ever talked about him. He was found guilty yesterday of 3 felonies. So if you're keeping track, we've got a former president of the United States convicted of 34 felonies in the past month, and now the sitting president's son with 3 felonies. No president prior to this past month has ever been convicted of a felony, and no sitting president's son has been convicted of a felony either. So we are absolutely crushing it as a country right now, just knocking out firsts left and right. And both of the reasons that they were convicted are absolutely ridiculous and just about as American as it gets. Paying hush money to a porn star and falsifying business records to cover it up, in the case of Trump, and lying about being a crackhead to purchase a handgun in the case of Hunter Biden. So here's some on Hunter Biden's story from the New York Times. And let me just say up front, I'm not trying to make light of what is obviously a pair of troubling situations. And in the case of Hunter Biden, like, the guy has a lot of issues, a lot of addiction issues he's struggled with for years and years. I believe the majority of which were triggered by the loss of his brother, who had cancer and passed away. So it's not all exactly a laughing matter, but if you just take the story in a vacuum, it is absolutely hilarious. So from the New York Times, Hunter Biden, the president's son, was convicted on Tuesday of 3 felonies: lying to a federally licensed gun dealer, which carries a maximum penalty of 10 years in jail, making a false claim on the federal firearms application used to screen applicants with a sentence of up to 5 years, and possession of an illegally obtained gun from October 12th to 23 of 2018, which carries a punishment of 10 years. Now, you may have noticed that's a very specific range of dates.
Yeah, did he have that? He just had that
11
gun
days.
For 11
that's
days.
it. October 12th to October 23rd of 2018, before Hallie Biden, his brother Beau's widow, and it says, and his romantic partner at the time, which sounds...
This was Beau's romantic partner, not...
No, I believe it was Hunter's romantic partner at the time. His brother Beau's widow. It's as bad as it sounds.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
She found the gun and threw it in a dumpster.
Just threw it away, threw the gun away.
Yeah. Found it. I believe her testimony, because she testified in this court case.
Yeah.
She testified that she panicked. Like, she was like, "Oh fuck, a gun!"
Yeah,
and she was like, "What do I do?"
Didn't ask.
Threw it in the dumpster.
Like who it was, or like where it came from.
Which you can't throw a gun in a dumpster. Just so we're clear here. Like, if you find a gun laying around, you can't just, "Oh fuck, we got to get rid of this," and throw it in the trash. It's not how it works. That's not safe either. So anyway, that's why he only had it for 11 days, because she found it. His his brother's widow
that he's
that he was dating
at the time,
and she chunked it. I'll continue from the New York Times. It says the crimes stem from the purchase of a handgun Mr. Biden at one of the low points of his troubled life purchased. He had been addicted to crack cocaine, bouncing in and out of rehab, was divorced, using prostitutes, and having money problems. The New York Times reported last year that Mr. Biden later recounted to friends going into the gun store on a whim and buying the .38 because he thought spending time at a shooting range would help him avoid using drugs.
I mean, I can't think of a healthier option than shooting at a gun range to stay off drugs.
Who among us, right?
Right.
Hasn't had this thought process like, God damn it, I really need to stop smoking crack. You know what I'm going to do?
Going to go to a gun range.
I'm going to go buy a pistol. Because I think having a healthy hobby, like going to the gun range and just unloading rounds into a target, could help me avoid smoking so much crack, you know?
Right. It's so basically, I'm assuming that there's something on like this
on the form
that says you can't.
When you go apply for a firearm license, you have to check a box that says that you're not a drug addict or actively using drugs.
Like any drugs.
Yeah. Well, ironically, you can be a full-blown alcoholic. That's totally fine.
Okay.
Alcohol
is cool.
Booze, for whatever reason, doesn't matter. It says does not preclude you from buying a gun, but drug abuse does.
So even like if you smoked weed, like you wouldn't be able to.
I don't think you can. It depends if you're in a federally legal state. I'm not exactly sure what the situation is there because, like, you know how weed is legal in a bunch of states now.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not really sure how that applies, but
gotcha.
My guess is that to answer your question, weed probably does preclude you from being able to purchase a firearm. But again, hilariously, alcohol does not, which is just it's one of those great hypocrisies in our silly little country.
So he checked. No, he wasn't addicted to
said
drugs.
No.
Yeah.
Not a drug addict, not actively using drugs. And then they were able to prove, the prosecution was, that in fact he was.
Like at the time he made this
I guess,
purchase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The defense tried to argue that he actually didn't think he had a drug problem at that period in time.
So he was just
but
doing
he
it like...
may have had a drinking problem. They literally argued that. So like that's how. Yeah.
So he wasn't addicted to crack at the time. He was just doing like recreationally, just like for funsies.
Maybe maybe that was his opinion.
Occasionally.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but he has smoked like an insane amount of crack in his life.
I did see something recently that I mean this probably came out during the trial or whatever.
It did.
When they said like, oh, Hunter Biden like wakes and bakes.
Like yeah, one of the I don't know how to refer like a sex worker that he was hanging with.
Oh yeah.
Testified that he was like waking up and like hitting the crack pipe first thing in the morning, which that got a lot of really good memes on Twitter.
Yep.
But yeah, there was also like a story that came out that he was in a strip club and he got two dancers to go to him with like basically he went to the VIP area, a private area of the club with two strippers.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting a dance from both of them. And in the middle of the dance,
does he pull out the crack pipe?
He started smoking crack.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Which is just, I mean, like, again, it's only funny because we're able to look at it in a vacuum, but like the guy has lived an absolutely absurd lifestyle. Like cartoonishly degenerate.
Mm-hmm.
Like smoking crack in a strip club while you're getting a double lap dance when you're Joe Biden's son, who's like, you know, he's been in politics for 40 years. He was the vice president. Now he's the full-blown president. It's just crazy, man, that this dude went so hard, like so very hard. And I hope he never does again because I'm pretty confident he's in recovery now and he's like been sober for a little while. He like wrote a book about his journey, but actually, I think some of that book was actually used against him in this trial,
that's not
which sucks. But yeah, dude, this like full crackhead. If you ever just get really bored and want to go down like a Hunter Biden wormhole, There are some really, really funny pictures of him because you know that laptop that got like that whole thing, Hunter Biden's laptop that people thought was like a Russian collusion situation. There was been a lot of conspiracy theories around Hunter Biden over the last like 8 years, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, I'm pretty sure on that laptop there were like a bunch of pictures of him partying, mostly with hookers.
Yeah.
And some of them are really funny.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, pictures with hookers are always
Yeah,
are
just
always good
Google like
content.
Hunter Biden with prostitutes.
And Hunter, he's like not in politics or anything.
No,
right?
he's
just
not
like,
a politician. He's in like
What does he do?
he's fucking he smokes crack and
and hangs out with
hangs
hookers.
out with hookers,
Okay.
man. But like, yeah, he's always shirtless in these photos. But like, they're so bad. Anyway, the poor bastard. He's had a hard time, man. Like,
And he's like, is he going to jail for this?
we're not sure yet.
Not sure yet.
Not. I feel like based on the circumstances, I feel like he won't do any like actual jail time.
Yeah.
Because it was 11 days, man. He had the gun for 11 days, you know? So he'll probably have to pay like a hefty fine and do a shit ton of
Community service.
and probation.
Yeah.
But that could obviously be problematic for a former recovering drug addict. Oh, he also faces a trial scheduled for September on felony charges alleging he failed to pay at least $1.4 million in taxes over 4 years. So he's got that going on too.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I mean, he's got a lot of work to do to catch up to Trump there. He needs 31 more. So
Yeah.
And Trump, he's not going to jail either.
No.
No.
There's no way. No. Absolutely not.
34,000.
Especially not if he gets elected again. He's just going to have all this shit wiped off. Like
Yeah.
it won't even matter. If he gets elected again, I'm not again, I don't understand all the ins and outs, but I'm pretty confident he can pardon himself. I'm dead serious.
I know.
I'm pretty sure if he becomes president again, he can just say, I pardon myself, and all of it goes away, and he's just fine.
Damn, the first president to ever pardon himself.
Which would be really sick, to be honest.
Oh my God.
Like, that's where we're at. That's where we're at, man.
Ugh.
This country is going down the toilet. Speaking of which, insane headline of the day. Joey Chestnut is out of the 2024 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest in beef over vegan Franks. It's a great headline from the New York Post. Well done, whoever wrote that one. Beef over vegan Franks. Please clap. From the New York Post, this hot dog news from Coney Island is hard to swallow. Doo-doosh. Joey Chestnut, perennial winner of the annual July 4th Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Competition, is out of this year's beef barf over a deal he made to represent a different wiener brand, the Post has learned. And not just any brand, but Impossible Foods, which recently launched a vegan Frankfurter Imposter made from plants. So it's a vegan hot dog.
Yeah.
America's hot dog eating king, Joey Chestnut, won't be able to participate in this thing, the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Competition that everybody sees on TV every July 4th, 4th of July, Independence Day. We celebrate. We watch Joey down a bunch of dogs. Now he can't because he's sponsored by a vegan hot dog. Impossible Foods fucking hot dog. Which is just the lamest thing I've ever heard. California, and I'm all for people trying to be healthy. I try to eat healthy. I'm not a vegan, but I try to eat healthy.
Right.
You know, I get it. There's a lot of alternative things that I eat, like pizza, but it's not good pizza. It's like super healthy pizza that my wife makes with like a bunch of fucking alternative ingredients instead of like the regular shit, you know?
The stuff that actually tastes good.
Yeah. Like I don't drink like regular milk anymore. I have like coconut milk, shit like that. So I get it. But to know that Joey Chestnut can't down dogs on the 4th of July because he's sponsored by plant-based hot dog company Impossible Foods, it's just sad. It's really sad. It's a big L for America. California-born Chestnut has won the Nathan's event 16 times, including every single year since 2016. He has not lost
7 years straight.
Yes.
Yeah.
He gobbled a world record 76 hot dogs in 2021 and kept his title with a mere 62 down the hatch last year. Jesus Christ, that is so fucking disgusting.
It's covered down so many wieners.
I haven't watched this in a few years.
Yeah.
But it is really, truly something to behold. It's just like...
Where does Major League Eating
sit on the
endurance list?
Endurance sports list? Let's see.
Because I think they go like 10 minutes straight or something like that. Just gobbling down dogs.
Above baseball.
But yeah.
So baseball and golf below it, you know?
Yeah. But below ping pong?
Yeah. Below ping pong. Well, no. Above ping pong.
Yeah.
Above ping pong and what's the shitty version of tennis people play now?
Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Yeah.
Above ping pong and pickleball. That's where the hot dog version of Major League Eating resides anyway. Let's see. What else is... So a rep for Major League Eating, otherwise known as MLE, which Nathan's sanctions to run the event every 4th of July, said the organizers bent over backwards to meet Chestnut's various other demands. They even let him participate in a rival Labor Day dog eating contest to be taped by Netflix as long as no hot dog brand was ever mentioned. But they said they drew the line on letting Chestnut pitch for a different dog. A source said Chestnut was paid $200,000 to appear in the Nathan's contest last year and was offered a $1.2 million 4-year contract going forward for eating fucking hot dogs one day a year on the 4th of July.
That's wild. He must have got a crazy bag from this Impossible Foods.
Seriously, millions. Has to be. Millions and millions.
And do they have like their own like hot dog competitions too, or is it just like...
No, but they probably should now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. This guy is competitive eating.
Yeah.
Like, he is the face of it. Without him...
He's been like the most dominant...
By far.
Professional eater out there.
One of the most dominant professional anythings out there. He's the LeBron James / like... I mean, it's probably the most comparable athlete. Because LeBron's 20-year run of dominance has been like nothing else that has ever occurred in sports. And that's what Joey's been doing, holding it down forever. So, yeah, no, I mean, I feel like he could launch his own fucking 4th of July vegan hot dog eating competition and see if he can draw in a whole new crowd of, you know.
I mean, I'm sure he has the fan base for it. I'm sure
get all the woke people to watch.
But hey, at least we'll finally get a new winner. It's been too long.
I guess, yeah. That's the one upside to this.
I think Kobayashi was another one that was big.
Yeah, but he retired.
But he retired, so
who knows? It's time for a new champion to rise.
Yeah.
The crown's up for grabs?
Yeah.
Watch the throne. Major League Eating also said in a statement, "We are devastated to learn that Joey Chestnut has chosen to represent a rival brand that sells plant-based hot dogs rather than competing in the 2024 Nathan's Famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. MLE and Nathan's went to great lengths to accommodate Joey and his management team, agreeing to the appearance fee and allowing Joey to compete in a rival unbranded hot dog eating contest on Labor Day."
I also feel like the reason it's so famous now is because of Joey.
I mean, he definitely made it like 1,000 times bigger, yeah. They continued, quote, "For nearly 2 decades, we have worked under the same basic hot dog exclusivity provisions. However, it seems that Joey and his managers have prioritized a new partnership with a different brand over our long-time relationship. Joey Chestnut is an American hero. We would love nothing more than to have him at Nathan's Famous International Hot Dog Eating Contest. We hope he returns when he is not representing a rival brand." And look, I don't want to commit blasphemy here, but an American hero. Really? I just feel like that's disrespectful to real American heroes, no?
Like people that served in wars and
died and lost their lives, sacrificed themselves, and yeah,
he's just eating an unhealthy amount of hot dogs on
just crushing
July 4th.
Frankfurters, man. Like, he's just out there downing pig ass, and we're going to call him an American hero? It just, I get that there's some tongue-in-cheek involved, but like, come on, for fuck's sake. It's just wild. Anyway.
So is he allowed to compete in other eating competitions. It's just not this.
I guess it
this
depends
hot
on his
dog.
new deal with this vegan hot dog brand, Impossible Foods. I'm assuming if they're paying him millions and millions of dollars, they have some plan for how he's going to get publicity outside of the fact because
Yeah, I mean, he's got to eat still. Like,
Still
that's
gotta
his whole
eat.
thing.
Man's got to eat.
Yeah,
It's what he does.
he's really good at it too. So I'm
I saw a clip of him the other day doing an ice cream eating competition,
really okay.
which seems insanely painful.
Yeah.
Like brain freeze. Like,
Well, I mean, he is a professional athlete, so he can.
still though, it made me uncomfortable watching
Yeah.
the clip. It was on like House of Highlights or some shit. Just like crushing ice cream. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, what
They,
is-
they have like any toppings, like any sprinkles?
no, I think
any,
it's just like straight up
just
vanilla
straight-
ice cream down the hatch, just
down
like
Bon
pint
Appetit.
after pint after pint. Psychopath, dude.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell you get into that.
His insides have to just be fucked, right? Like how is he? Speaking of people like John Daly, who I'm like, how are you alive? Like, how the fuck is this guy still alive?
I don't know, because and like you have to train for that too. So you have
His
to
stomach expands and contracts
Yeah.
like crazy.
No, yeah, his diet must be insane.
I think I read at one point that he does make himself like yak up a lot of the hot dogs after, like puke
Yeah.
them up, rather than digest 72 hot dogs, because that's
Makes yeah.
your toilet, dude. Like,
Oh my god, yeah.
what's happening in there?
Oh man, the toilet at the Nathan's hot dog eating
Has to be
contest. just oh boy.
Imagine like the janitor for that fucking contest,
You
dude.
walk into the bathroom like, nope, I'm out.
Would you rather be a janitor at like Coachella or like the Austin City Limits Music Festival for those toilets, or for the fucking Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
Oh god.
They're both really bad options
Yeah,
because music festival toilets get fucked.
absolutely. I mean, when I was at Eeyore's birthday,
Yeah.
like that was fucking gross.
Oh, just a bunch of degenerate
Hip-
druggies out there, just
yeah.
fucking hippies.
You don't
just
even know.
dirty
yeah.
ass hippies.
Yeah, so
shitting.
maybe I will take the Nathan's hot dog eating
Oh,
contest. I
God,
don't know.
I don't know. There's no good choice there. Summertime is here, and there's almost nothing I love more in the summer than spending time at the pool or at the beach if I'm lucky, basking in the glow of the smoking hot sun. But like Spider-Man's uncle once said, with great sunshine comes great responsibility. And that responsibility is to keep yourself hydrated, because when it's hot as shit outside, your body needs more liquids. That's just science. Fortunately, today's episode is brought to you by Liquid IV. Liquid IV hydrates you with benefits like electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients. With 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients in a single stick, it's clear why Liquid IV is the #1 powdered hydration brand in America. Liquid IV is as easy as it gets. You simply tear open one of these convenient little packets like the one I've got in my hand here, and you enjoy the hydrating power of Liquid IV by shaking it, putting it into 16 ounces of water, shaking it or stirring it, depending on your preference. You get yourself a refreshing beverage that tastes fantastic and hydrates you much, much better than just water alone. Taking care of yourself is important. Keeping yourself hydrated is a vital and crucial part of taking care of yourself, and Liquid IV is here to make sure that hydration is easier to achieve than ever. If you're like me and sometimes you're too busy or too forgetful to remember to drink enough water, Liquid IV makes getting your daily hydration in simple and more delicious. Just tear, pour, and live more. 1 stick plus 16 ounces of water hydrates better than water alone. 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink. 8 vitamins and nutrients. Non-GMO, free from gluten, dairy, and soy. No artificial flavors or sweeteners. 4 delicious sugar-free flavors like white peach, green grape, raspberry melon, and lemon lime. We've got the old green grape on the recording studio desk here today. And zero sugar hydration solution with no artificial sweeteners, clinically tested to hydrate more than water alone. Turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code ROSS at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code ROSS, ROSS, at liquidiv.com. This week is a special week where we have not 1, but 2 ad-free exclusive episodes dropping on patreon.com/Ross Bolin podcast. I wasn't able to record last week's ad-free show because I was sick, so we did a makeup yesterday, Kade and I, on Monday, and we will have another one dropping Friday. So it's a great week to finally subscribe on Patreon and support our show. If you've never been on there, we are offering a 7-day free trial so you can subscribe and check out the hundreds of ad-free episodes we've dropped over the last several years that are available exclusively on patreon.com/Ross Bolin podcast. Every week on Patreon, We drop an episode driven by hotline calls from listeners who call 888-WR-BOLIN to be featured on the show. It's a voicemail hotline. People leave messages, they ask questions, tell us stories, throw hypotheticals at us, ask us a trash or not trash. We have a lot of fun. And today we're going to let you hear 2 of the calls from yesterday's Patreon exclusive episode to try and push you over the finish line to support our show and subscribe. Here they are.
Ross, Kade, what's going on, boys? It's Beaver from Fort Worth. So I was listening to one of the pods, I don't know which one, but it was recent. Ross, you said you didn't really know when your birthday was, even though it was coming up soon, and Kade seemed to think you were an idiot for that. Kade, I'm only 28 years old, man, and I already don't think of my birthday as fucking anything anymore. It's just another day of the week, honestly. So trash or not trash, at what age does your birthday just not really matter anymore? Let me know. I don't know if y'all picked up on it or not, but that's not a trash or not trash. Love you guys. Peace.
Thank you for the clarification at the end. Fort Worth, stand up.
Well, it seems like you know when your birthday is now. You mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, it was Friday. And it wasn't my favorite birthday. I was, like I said, I was sick the entire week.
Wait, it was last Friday?
This most recent Friday, yeah.
Oh, shit. I didn't know.
I mean, I didn't even come to work. I was at home in bed, literally,
Yeah, well,
watching
happy
the
belated
fucking
birthday. I didn't even say happy birthday
Thank
to
you, dude. I was watching Rear Window. Wait, when is yours?
July 1st.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. That makes me feel good, because at least your first one here, I completely missed, and like a month later, you were like, yeah, it was in July.
Yeah, I didn't tell anyone. Like, I think I posted. See, I don't like to tell people about my birthday because I feel like it's like asking for attention.
You just want it to go under the radar?
Yeah. If like people know and they say it to me, like that's totally fine. Like
I do feel like it's rude to not give people the chance to tell you happy birthday, but I did what you usually do this year. Yeah. I didn't say shit to anybody. I was just like, I've been sick all week. I feel like ass. If the more people make a big deal out of it, the worse I'm going to feel about how much my birthday sucks because I'm sick. So I just didn't say shit. But yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those things when you're a kid, your birthday's a really, really big deal. Like one of the coolest days of the year. That's not necessarily universally true, but I think it does apply to a lot of kids. Like you feel something special on your birthday. It's almost like Christmas, right? It's like, oh shit, this is my day.
Yeah, it's all about you.
And the older you get, the less that becomes true. And then at some point, especially like after you have kids, like you don't care anymore. Bro, I don't want to celebrate being 37 years old. That's like, something about 36 didn't feel that bad.
They're saying 37 is the new 21 though.
37 felt like I was like, I am not young anymore. Like 37 is like, when I was a child, a 37-year-old was a fucking old person.
Yeah.
Not like a grandpa, but like 37 was like, that was a man. And it struck me strangely this year. So especially when you have kids, it's like, it's not the same. It doesn't hit the same. And not that my family didn't make me feel special, but like I was kind of just trying to get through this one and get past it because 37 sucks. And also I felt like ass. So, yeah.
Well, did you reflect at all in the past year, like where you were when you turned 36 and where you're at now?
I mean, a little bit, but like I said, when you have kids, this sort of switches up because it was like most of what I've done the past year is work and parent, and that's it. Like it's not like I've been doing like a ton of random exciting shit. Like this stage of my life is mostly focused on my kids. So it's kind of like, yeah, I survived.
You survived.
You know?
Kids survived.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So I've got that. But yeah, I get a little weirded out by full-blown adults who still make a huge deal out of their birthday. It's kind of strange.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means
it's your day. You can do whatever the hell you want.
Do whatever, to each their own. But I don't really get it. I think I have started to feel now, especially in my 30s, like Kade was saying, it feels like a weird, look at me. Like, all right, random, I've brought this up before and I've roasted these people before. And I've noticed this mostly with females, not to be sexist and attack the ladies, but women, some groups of girlfriends, anytime it's one of their girlfriend's birthday, they put up an Instagram story slide with like a photo of them too.
Yeah.
And some girls on their birthday repost every single one of their girlfriends who put up one of those slides. So their story on their birthday is like 10 to 20 photos of them and their friends kind of like announcing like, it's my birthday.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know why.
You don't like that?
It rubs me the wrong way. I'm just like, what is this? What are we doing? Again, I'm in my 30s, man. If you're like 23, like I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You're 33, like, yo, what are you doing? Also, weird thing, because nobody at my age keeps track of each other's birthdays anymore. It's not like, you know, when you're like
Like,
when
you don't
turn,
know like when it is or like how old
I know when my friends are, but like you know when you turn 18, at least back in my day, because I'm old now. When I turned 18, like 500 people wrote on my Facebook wall.
Yeah.
Every fucking person you knew wrote on your Facebook wall when it was your birthday back in the day. Now it's like 6 people.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like not as funny
It's
anymore.
just weird.
Yeah.
And-
like, oh, just have 6 people that like care enough to like wish me a happy birthday now.
And the only people who know random people's birthday are people who get on Facebook, which is not that many people. So funnily enough, like when you hop on Facebook, you get this notification that says like,
yeah. Did you get a bunch of like people posting on your Facebook like wishing you a happy birthday?
like 6 people.
Yeah.
But it'll tell you like, oh, it's Logan and Haley's birthday today. And then when you click on birthdays, when you scroll, it has like the last several days worth of birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
So weirdly, I've gotten texts over the past couple days from random people being like, oh, yo, I just hopped on Facebook and saw it was your birthday on Friday. Happy birthday. And I'm like, yeah, thanks.
Yeah. See, that's another thing is like, if it's already past my birthday, don't wish me a happy
It's over, man.
Yeah.
I've moved on. Let me move on.
Yeah. No,
You know?
I'm old now. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like for me, ever since like my 21st, like I just like stopped caring.
But that's the last huge one.
But like even for like that one, like it was so depressing. Like I might have talked about it on the show before, but like when I turned 21, like none of my friends were 21 yet, so I couldn't like go out to the bars with any of them.
That's tough.
So I literally just like cracked open a beer in my basement when I turned 21. I'm like, hell yeah, we did it.
In a basement?
Yeah, by myself. I was like,
dark.
I was like, yeah, no, I don't care for birthdays anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
25 was kind of cool.
yeah.
Just it's kind of like a cool number. I guess
Yeah,
after
it's
that
when
it's
you're
like
going through your quarter life crisis.
30. It just feels important for
Yeah.
some reason. I'm sure 40 will feel important and also
50.
be like crushingly depressing.
Yeah.
I feel like 50 is tight.
Yeah.
Like living to 50 is an accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
Like historically, that's an accomplishment. Bro, people used to die at my age. If you made it to like 37, that was fucking, you did it.
Yeah.
You had crushed it like genetically. Because medicine, you know, they didn't have
No, they didn't have
it.
no.
But yeah, 50 is a big one. Every decade after that, big. 50, 60, 70, those are all huge. Those are big.
69 is a big one.
Oh, that's you gotta.
That's probably the most iconic one, I think.
It's the nicest one
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
nice.
But yeah, birthdays are a little weird when you get old
Mhm.
or when you're not a kid anymore. It's just
Right.
like it's tough to know how you're supposed to act. Next call.
Hey, Ross. Hey, Kade. It's Hudson from the Boston area. And I just got to fucking tell you about what happened to me on the highway the other fucking day. So I got a bike, like a motorcycle, a Yamaha, actually. Shout out Twin Stunts. But I'm riding. I'm going like, 60 or so in the slow lane. Everyone's passing me. I'm minding my own business, right? And I see out of the corner of my eye, this fucking white Jeep pulls up to the lane right next to me, rolls the windows down. I'm like, what the fuck? There's some kids, and they point at me. Well, not kids. They look like fucking frat guys, like, college, high school age, fucking douchebags. Anyway, the guy in front points, and then next thing you fucking know, they turn around, and I'm staring at 2 hairy fucking assholes. Like, what the hell? What the fuck, man? I'm just trying to ride my fucking motorcycle. Why you gotta fucking moon me twice? What is this shit? Anyway, fuck those kids. They're the worst. Yeah, I just fucking had to tell you about this shit. Hope you have a great day, and peace out.
Hudson from Boston with a great story about these fucking douchebags mooning him with their hairy assholes. Dude, first of all, like high school dudes, young college dudes are menaces to society.
No, they're absolute degenerates,
Just
delinquents
the
out there.
worst fucking people running the earth. Like, without any doubt. Like, I say this knowing fully that I used to be one of these people. That being said, I never understood mooning.
No.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Flashing, I get. Like, something about titties being freed in the wild is...
Oh, I was thinking you were talking about penis.
my dick?
Yeah, I was like, I feel like that's way worse.
No, let me rephrase that. I get women flashing titties.
Yes.
I understand it conceptually.
Because everyone loves
And you're spreading
titties.
joy.
Yes, it brings joy.
Showing man ass out the window or pressing it up against the window, which is even stranger, is just bizarre behavior to me. I don't... It's something that only the mind of a degenerate 17 to 19-year-old boy could understand.
Yeah, because they think that's
The
like
funniest
the
fucking
funniest
shit ever. And also just a generally dangerous move to moon a motorcycler. Like, what if you flash hairy ass and then he crashes? Like, you're going to feel that for the rest of your life. You murdered a man with your asshole, basically. That's essentially what
Cause of death.
That
seeing
could happen,
ass.
dude. Like, that could totally happen, and that's dangerous. So, yeah. It's also just something about, like, when you notice a car full of belligerent degenerates in traffic,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
you like roll up the window, lock the doors.
like,
Like, I'm gonna
stay
stay focused on the road.
completely ignore these kids because
Yeah.
who knows if they're gonna like flash me or like fuck with me or like I know what they were like at that age, bro. We did terrible things,
Yeah, no, it's scary. You see a bunch of them like out in public, big group. You're just like, I gotta avoid them at all
and
costs.
they get that mob mentality when they're in a group, bro.
Mhm.
Like they feed off each other,
Yeah.
and they come up with really bad ideas that they think are dope, and it's terrifying. So, yeah, I'm glad you survived that, Hudson. I'm sorry for your traumatic experience, though. 2 hairy assholes, not just one. Was it 2 separate windows, I wonder, or did they fit 2 asses in one window?
One window, yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyway, mooning, weird move.
Weird, yeah.
Weird move. I'm going to show this dude my ass.
Show my asshole, yeah.
Fuck,
my hairy
okay.
asshole, love that.
Great. All right, go now. Subscribe on patreon.com/Ross Bolin podcast to get that episode in full. And remember, we've got another ad-free exclusive episode dropping later this week. We appreciate all of you who are on Patreon already and thank those of you who joined today to support our show. And that will do it for today's show. Again, we will be back later this week on patreon.com/Ross Bolin podcast with another ad-free premium episode of all new content. Please support our sponsors by hitting the links in the description of this episode and using our dedicated codes. That's how we pay the bills here at Bolin Media. You can find links to all of today's sponsors in the description of this episode. Check out our other shows. If you're watching House of the Dragon, Oysters, Clams, and Cockles, season premiere this Sunday. Episode will drop late Sunday night. We're going to be working late, burning the midnight oil here at Bolin Media headquarters this Sunday. And then every week after that, the remaining 7 episodes of the season, we will be recording on Mondays at 11 a.m. and releasing Monday afternoon. If you're a Houston sports fan, check out Banging the Can, where I complain about how the Astros season has gone horribly wrong in every single episode. And if you are an F1 fan, check out Formula Bone, where Jared J-Bone Borislow is giving you a recap and preview of every single race all season long. Follow me, Ross Bolin, on Twitter and Instagram at WRBolin. Cade, where can the people follow you?
You can follow me on all the social media platforms at Kade Orris. That's Kadeorris.
This episode of RBP is presented by Bolin Media, and video of today's show was produced by Kade Orris. Go to youtube.com/@the Ross Bolin podcast to watch full episodes in full video. And until next time, remember, you are not alone. Peace be with you, and also with you.